All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to Free Will Tarot. This is a general reading for the zodiac sign of Taurus, sun, moon, and/or rising. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to get one card for the overall theme and/or concept for the reading from the Seeker Oracle. We will read from the guidebook as well. Take that one. All right, then we will pull 5 cards from the Gilded Tarot Royale. Go ahead and give these a good shuffle. All right. Taurus, here is your situation, your challenge, what to consider moving forward, how it's naturally progressing, and your advice. And we will clarify as we go. All right, now we'll get one card to end the reading from the Spirit Animal Oracle. And we will also read from the guidebook for that one. All right, so Taurus, your overall oracle or concept or theme for the reading is love your inner child. Love your inner child. This screams to me of the saying something about treating yourself as if you would have wanted to be treated as a child, or how you would have wanted to be parented. Obviously, we don't get to pick and choose our environment that we grow up in, our parents, the people that our parents involve themselves with, associate with. But yeah, this definitely screams to me of nurturing yourself, of being the person you needed growing up. This also could be an indication that you need to be creative, or to get into your creative side. All right, let's get into the guidebook. Get in deeper with the guidebook. Love your inner child. Love your inner child. We all possess a child aspect. This part of our psyche is the vulnerable, sensitive, and carefree child who still feels awe and wonderment. The inner child is the source of laughter and play, the aspect of our psyche that inspires us to jump in puddles and see animal shapes in the clouds. If a child is taught to fear, the adult they become may harbor a wounded inner child aspect. As a direct consequence, they could develop a range of maladaptive behaviors in order to cope. They do harm to themselves to avoid remembering. They can grow to become perfectionists or people pleasers to whom the words sensitivity, vulnerability, play, and nurturing are anathema. To ask for help is considered a weakness to someone who will only ever show strength. To work with one's inner child, to be asked to revisit the past, takes courage, especially when it requires looking at our relationship with our family or primary caregivers. Understand this is not about blame, but accepting that a child is not responsible for a parent's actions or behavior. Shame and guilt are not a child's burden to carry. It's time to put that burden down. This is a card of choice, opportunity, and healing. It is your choice whether you look back to seek answers, but even if you choose not to, it is as an opportunity to parent your inner child in a healthy, loving, and nurturing manner. It is also a gentle reminder to make time to laugh, play, and see the beauty and magic that exists in the world around you. Okay, so as the book suggested, this could be a time to laugh, play, to look at the relationship we had with our parents, and to release any guilt, any shame that we might have around our childhood or the way that we were brought up in childhood. Okay, let's get into the situation here. Okay, the situation for Taurus, 8 of Pentacles. So this definitely indicates that you are hard at work on something, maybe a project, maybe you're just in work, maybe you're at the workplace and putting your head down, doing the job. Maybe you're looking at the fine details of an art project or a passion project of some sort. This could be even tying up with the Love Your Inner Child card, of looking at the little details of how you was brought up, raised, or the relationship you had with your parents. Let's go ahead and clarify that 8 of Pentacles. Yeah. Makes sense. 8 of Pentacles to 6 of Swords. So this definitely tells me that not only are you looking at the little details of maybe how you was brought up, you was raised in your childhood, or the dynamic that you shared with your parents, but you're also wanting to move on to calmer waters, move away from any of the stress, anxiety of that dynamic that you shared with your parents. And I have a feeling that because of this dynamic you share with your parents, here in a few cards, we will learn deeper about the situation and the dynamic you share with another person that has nothing to do with your parents, by the way. Let's take a look at your challenge. Okay. So with the King of Cups, you might find it challenging to open up to another person, to be vulnerable. Like I said in the guidebook for Love Your Inner Child, Love Your Inner Child talked about vulnerability. And the King of Cups is not a person that is willing to open up and be vulnerable to another person. The King of Cups is more so, I have a lot of love for you, but I'm keeping them to myself, not out of selfishness, but because I'm protecting myself. Maybe I've been hurt before, or maybe, as the guidebook suggested for Love Your Inner Child, you are wanting, yes, to protect yourself, but you're not willing to be vulnerable in general. There's a certain weakness. Weakness was the word I was looking for. In the guidebook, it mentioned that people growing up in a specific dynamic feel like it is a weakness to be vulnerable. And the King of Cups definitely protects his own emotions, doesn't share his emotions with just anyone. Let's go ahead and clarify the King of Cups then. So in your challenge, Taurus, the King of Cups to the Death card, which, by the way, your polarity or your polar opposite sign, Taurus, would be Scorpio, and the Death card specifically and the King of Cups specifically talk about, or maybe not talk about necessarily, but they are both associated with Scorpio, or scorpionic Pluto energies, right? Or symbolism, let's say. So then the King of Cups to the Death card. Your challenge is not only opening up emotionally, being emotionally available, and being vulnerable to another person, but you find it challenging to also put an end to emotionally unavailable dynamics that either you hold within yourself or that you keep witnessing or experiencing outside of yourself. You find it challenging to transform or transmute this energy of, no, I have to hold back because it's weak. You're weak if you show emotions. You're weak if you're vulnerable, right? Which I can't come on camera right now if I wasn't able to be vulnerable. So vulnerability in that sense is a superpower, right? So yes, the challenge then, you find it challenging to open up, to be vulnerable to a person, and you find it challenging to put an end to that with the Death card, or transmute or transform that to come out of this state of mind, this mindset of, no, it's weak, it's a weakness to be vulnerable, right? You're wanting to put an end to that with the Death card, but you're finding it challenging. All right, so as I've mentioned in other videos, the placement of the specific spread I use, if you're not already considering what to consider moving forward, if you're not already considering this information, it must be buried in your subconscious, which reflects in other people in your environment or a specific person. And depending on the timeline in your life, where you are specifically in your own life, you could be attracting the same person you are or the opposite person you are, right? The universe will send us people as a test, like, hey, this is where you want to be. Are you willing to put in the work to match this person's vibration? Or are you going to stay the same vibration and possibly lose out on an opportunity? All right, so what you are reflecting out of your subconscious and this placement, what to consider moving forward, this person with the world, they definitely are wanting to close out their own cycle. This person might have a situation with you specifically where they keep coming back around to an issue, maybe with you. I mean, this this card is showing up in their energy, but in your reading, right? So this person could very well be experiencing the same issue within the dynamic you both share, and maybe this issue stems from what you guys once upon a time shared or experienced, and that issue keeps reoccurring within other people, and now they're starting to see, okay, here is where it started with the Taurus. right? So I have to close out that cycle, go back to the Taurus, maybe apologize for something, maybe travel to see the Taurus with the World card. They're wanting to end something out, though. Put an end to something. Let's clarify the World card. Why is the World in this person's energy? Yes, exactly what I was saying. The World to the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands talks about being a wounded warrior, going through many battles, battle after battle after battle, and just being sick and tired of going through the BS, going through the drama, right? Which is technically the same thing you're doing. Maybe you're wanting to work on yourself in order to move on to calmer waters, away from any stress, any anxiety. This person basically is doing the same thing, except they're experiencing it in a different way. Like I said earlier, this person could have experienced a cycle where they kept coming around to the same issue, and different people, person after person, they kept experiencing the same issue. And possibly because you yourself have a trauma from childhood with Love Your Inner Child, where you find it to be a weakness to be vulnerable, but you're wanting to close out that energy, you're wanting to close out that behavioral pattern, right? And maybe this person's been procrastinating with that Nine of Wands coming back to you. Maybe apologize, maybe whatever the case. But with the Nine of Wands, they're wanting to protect what they've created for themselves. And I don't feel like they have anything to be defensive about with you, except you may have some childhood trauma that you're still trying to transform or transmute out of. Maybe the only issue they have with you is that you're not being vulnerable enough, that you view being vulnerable and being open, emotionally available as a weakness, right? All right, so what to consider moving forward? No. How it's naturally progressing between you both. Basically, the common ground is the sun. Yeah, so you both have nothing to worry about. Maybe you're wanting to move on to calmer waters and work on yourself and be vulnerable. And maybe that's the only way to move on to calmer waters, is to be vulnerable, to let yourself be open, right? Which is going to bring not only clarity and illuminate the truth to you, but it's going to illuminate the truth to this person. Maybe you both have shared the same experiences, slightly different, obviously, but similar situations nonetheless, where you both kept bouncing off of other people because they were either emotionally unavailable to them, to you, whatever the case. This is going to make you both very happy when you both do have this conversation, this talk, this illumination of the truth. It's going to make you both very happy. Let's go ahead and clarify the sun. Okay, that says it right there. The sun to the lovers. You both have a big decision to make when it comes to individually your own and their own future. This could very well be that you both have two people to choose from, and you're trying to weigh up the pros and cons. But overall, if this if neither of you have options as far as dating goes, and you both are looking at each other like, wow, this person, I have something special with them. This connection I have with them, it's something spiritual, it's something deep and meaningful. I have this magnetic pull to them. I can't really explain it. And with the lovers also, this could be a person, or this could actually be a dynamic between you two where you come from two different social groups, right? Maybe you grew up in the same type of childhood trauma, and that's what connects the two of you. I don't want to say it's trauma bonding per se, because that's something totally different. It's more so of you both went through the same type of trauma separately. So in that case, yes, you both might have came from different social backgrounds, but because you both grew up in the same family dynamic, it's the similarities that matter. It's not the differences. The differences can be overlooked because the similarities are so strong, are so apparent, that you can't explain it. Okay, what is your advice here, Taurus? Knight of Wands. So with the Knight of Wands, I definitely wouldn't suggest being a player with this person or being wishy-washy or in and out. More so, I would suggest to throw ideas at the wall and see what sticks. Maybe at this person, maybe at yourself, on how to move forward with this person, on how to move forward without them, if that is the case. But if you both feel this magnetic pull towards each other and you can't explain it, no matter how challenging, try your best to open up to them, to be vulnerable to them, and put an end to the emotionally unavailability. That's what I was trying to get at. Yes. So try new ideas, throw new ideas at the wall, see what sticks. If it doesn't stick, you'll know to throw those ideas out. If they stick and they work, you'll know to keep applying those ideas like an assembly line almost, where this idea works, I'm going to keep at it and I'm going to keep at it until I get the results I want, right? And when those ideas don't work anymore, you'll know to throw them out and try new ideas. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify that Knight of Wands. Wheel of Fortune, yes. There's going to be some sort of transformation with the Death card. No matter how challenging it is to transform this dynamic between you two, if you both are on the same page and throw ideas at each other and keep the ideas that work, throw out the ideas that don't work, something will get unstuck within this situation. You both will be able to move forward. You both will be able to find that it's a lucky, eventful momentum, or momentous. You get what I'm trying to say. This moment in your life will be very lucky if you can get that Wheel of Fortune unstuck and you both can have good communication, right? If you're on the same page. Let's get to this last card here. Okay, so the last card from the Spirit Animal Oracle, Squirrel Spirit, believe in yourself. So definitely there's something you're wanting to work on, with maybe within yourself. Maybe you're wanting to work on moving into calmer waters. That definitely would suggest, in the situation, looking at the minor details of how can I love myself first? How can I love my inner child? Have fun and laugh. Move away from any of the stress, anxiety, misunderstandings, miscommunications, right? You must first believe in yourself. If you want success in any area, you first have to believe in yourself. Let's go deeper into number 57, believe in yourself. The unpredictability of life can shake your confidence in yourself and your potential for handling the challenges that come your way. Does the thought of not having enough or being enough make you squirrely? Have you forgotten all your strengths, wisdom, and resources? You have come so far on your wits and creativity, making use of all your potential and all that Spirit presents you to help you through life's trying times. It's time to look back on your life and remember how your needs have always been met for the highest good, even in your most challenging times. Life loves you, and so many treasures are hidden in plain sight, ready to be revealed when you most need them. So relax. Squirrel Spirit wants you to know you are poised and ready for whatever is coming next. So trust in yourself and trust that Spirit has your back. Yes, even if this person doesn't see your own potential, maybe they are more focused on themselves, you have to mirror that right back at them. Right? If this person is trying to get something out of you, hold your boundaries. No matter how challenging it is to change your own beliefs about yourself, believing in yourself is always the first step to success in any direction. All right, Taurus, I hope that helped. And I want to thank everyone for liking and subscribing to the channel. And yes, I greatly appreciate it. Every single person out there watching. And I hope to see y'all in the next video. Take care.